Hey, what's up? It's Aaron, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the 7-figure funnel and show you how we made 7 figures using one Clickfunnels. Hey, my name is Dr. Aaron LeBauer. If you don't know me, I'm a physical therapist and help physical therapists scale their time, income, and impact. Welcome back to the Cash PT Lunch Hour podcast. I'm your host, Aaron LeBauer, and today on the show, like I said, you are going to learn, this is kind of like an inside look of the back end of my business and the 7-figure funnel that we've built, because I want you to be able to do it too. You may be listening to this for the first time or for the 100th time, but I want you to know 2 things about me. Number 1, every time someone says you can't, I say, how can I? And every time I've shared what I want to do with people, people have said, no, you can't. That's impossible. You should never do that. So share your dreams with specific people. You don't need to share them with everyone. Or when you do, and some people come back and say, you can't, don't listen to them. Because I'm going to show you how it's done. See, here's what happened was, it started a long time ago. It was probably even my parents. I said, hey, I want to go to boarding school like my younger brother. They're like, no, you can't. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I want to go to Europe to race my bike. They're like, no. I'm like, okay. When I got old enough to buy my own plane ticket, I went to Europe and raced bikes. Had an amazing time. When I got to PT school, people told me, no one's going to pay more than their copay for PT. A new grad can't open a private practice. You have to have 5 years of experience. I'm like, what the hell, 5 years of experience? I was like, I've already got 7 years of experience. I've treated more patients than some of my professors. And majority of my patients, as a massage therapist, were telling me, Aaron, you're the first person to touch me where I've hurt. I've been to multiple orthopedic surgeons, been to physical therapists, massage therapists, acupuncturists, etc. You're the first person to touch me where I hurt. And I'm sitting here going, I'm touching their VMO or their rotator cuff, their infraspinatus. And I'm like, is this where it hurts? Yes. I was like, you've done everything and no one's touched you here? They're like, no one's ever been able to touch the pain. I'm like, so weird. And yet they've gone through all these surgeries and procedures and medications. And after I touched them and basically acknowledged to them where, like, I knew where they hurt and I knew exactly like where their problem was, and I was able to touch it and replicate it, and they realized they weren't crazy. They're like, wow, this is amazing. And I'm in PT school, and people are telling me, professors telling me, patients only need 30 to 45 seconds of hands-on care, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And as a student, like, dude, I rubbed some feathers, ruffled feathers. So I knew that I had to do something different. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to start my own cash practice. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. You can't. It's unethical. It's unethical not to be enrolled in Medicare. Like, you can't be a PT and not enrolled in Medicare. You have to be enrolled. I'm like, no, this doesn't seem right. Like, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so what did I have to do? I had to market my practice a different way. So I had to start a cash practice because I knew, like, I was already making $85 an hour. I had to do something different, right? I'm like, well, people pay me $10 an hour more. Remember, this is in 2009. People who were in cash practice weren't talking about it. They weren't sharing what they knew. They weren't sharing how to do it. The APTA's information was teaching me how to go shake hands with doctors, and buy them lunch, and how to do billboards and radio ads, and how to write a business plan. I'm like, why do I need to write a business plan if I'm going to self-fund this thing? I don't need to prove to anyone that I know what I'm doing, because I've already been doing it. I know this works. I'm Dr. LeBauer. People pay me $95 an hour, not $85, as Aaron, the massage therapist. So I did it, but I had to do it different. I tried all the things. I went through the APTA's things, and it didn't work. Physicians, or as I like to call them, doctors, didn't refer patients to me because I didn't take their insurance, right? Because people wouldn't pay more than their copay for physical therapy because people think it's hot packs, leg lifts, ultrasound, and post-surgical rehab, not skilled movement therapy that helps people avoid medications and surgery. Just imagine if people came to see you instead of getting opioids, would we even be talking about the Sackler family? No, they wouldn't be poor, but they would have made billions on people's addictions and pain and suffering, and PT could be in the top of the conversation on NPR or MSNBC. Why aren't they interviewing Stefania Bell and Kelly Starrett and Gray Cook on their radio show to talk about the power of physical therapy? Why not? Because no one knows what the hell we do. You have to market your business differently. Whether you have a clinic, a telehealth business, a mobile business, or an online business helping people, you have to market it differently because people don't care what you do. They care how you make them feel. I can't remember who did that quote. They don't care what you do. They care how you make them feel. They don't care about your techniques. They care about the results. They care about the results. The results they want are so important to them. It doesn't matter what you do. And if all you're doing is the same exercises and bands and therapy that someone else is doing down the street for insurance, they're not going to pay you a premium price. But if you can have a conversation with them in their head, if you know the questions they're asking ahead of time, then you'll be able to grow your business and scale it. And you'll be able to generate 7 figures in one funnel. So here, I just want to show this. I'll show you this. This is real. This is my 7-figure, my 2 Comma Club award. It's got a little schmutz on it. Let's see. I'm going to show you 2 Comma Club award, earning $1 million in Clickfunnels, Dr. Aaron LeBauer in 2020. So unfortunately, because of COVID, I'm not going to Orlando to accept the award in person this year. But I know you're probably wondering, well, how does someone make $1 million in one funnel or one page? It's because I understand what my customers want, and we have a conversation with them based on, I feel like a little out of focus. We have a conversation with them based on what they really want versus what I know they need. Is that making sense? Because you've probably seen people walking down the street and you're like, oh man, that person needs more hip flexion, or seeing people working out, you're like, but does that person want your help? Probably not. This happened to me. I was a bike messenger. You probably know, and I already told you I raced bikes in Europe. I've been racing bikes for 25 years. I'm a physical therapist too. Even before I was a physical therapist, I was racing bikes. I knew how bikes are supposed to fit. I was a bike messenger for 1.5 years in San Francisco. I'm riding down Market Street one day and I see this woman. And I'm just following her stoplight to stoplight, and I'm just like painfully watching her. Basically, her seat's so high, saddle's tilted forward, she's barely reaching the pedals. And I rolled up to her finally. I was like, hey, I think maybe if you lowered your saddle a little bit, it'd be more comfortable to ride your bike. And for many reasons, this was younger, 26-year-old Erin, or 25. For many reasons, she bit my head off. I was mansplaining to her, probably, if that wasn't a term back in 1997. But she didn't want my help or know why I was qualified to help her. And she was basically like, so-and-so, my boyfriend set up this bike for me and it's right. It's exactly, and I was like, okay, all right, fine. I'm like, whatever. But that was one of those moments where I realized, like, I can't help people who don't want my help. Like, I knew it before because my classmates wouldn't show up to class. And I'm like, I don't want to ever teach anyone who doesn't want to show up to my class. My mom was like, you should be a teacher. Well, I am a teacher, and I'm a teacher for people that want to show up. So our Platinum Mastermind members show up every week to our training sessions, and they show up 3 times a year to our 2-day in-person events because they want to be there, because they know why they need to be there, and I know why they think they need to be there. Is that making sense? So the first step in building a 7-figure funnel is you have to know your customer. You have to know your avatar. So I'm going to get a little fancy, and I'm going to open up this screen. So you got to know, let me see if we can get down here. Aha! Let's see if we can use kind of this. So you want 7 figures, right? And if you're listening, on the podcast, I'm drawing on the screen. So this might be one of those episodes you want to go check it out on YouTube. But let's say there's a triangle. I'm going to draw this out for you in words. There's a triangle. In the middle, you're going to put 7 figures or the amount of money you want to earn. But let's call it a 7-figure funnel. There are 3 things you need to know. You need to know your avatar. You need to know what they need. Let's see. I think maybe if you know your avatar, you need to know what they need. Need, what they want. And you need to know if they're ready. Okay. I also have to have like a product or service that's proven, that we know helps people, and we know converts. So it actually works. It converts. I have an offer that converts. And let's see. I've got the proven product service. It works. It converts, and it's it can be described. Let's say it can be described in 4th grade English, because orthopedic movement quality that matters, biomechanics, these are things that people don't know what they want. So it needs to be proven, it works, and people can understand it, is really what this part is. They need to be able to understand the offer. So we've got the avatar, we've got the proven product or service, and we have to have a nurture process or value ladder, right? Which is part of the value ladder. So the nurture process means I need to have a lead magnet. I need to be able to follow up. I have to have a follow-up system, and I need to be able to make an offer or a call to action. So that's like big picture. Okay, I gotta have all those things. So I have a lead magnet. So when we're talking about the 7-figure funnel that I have, it kind of goes like this. Okay, so this is your lead magnet, and I've got this Cash PT checklist. Okay, it's free. I've got a couple free things. I've got a free Facebook group, Cash PT Nation. I do free webinars, etc. But specifically, the 2 Comma Club Awards for the Cash PT checklist, because from there, I went to basically I went to my free webinars, and then from a free webinar, I can get people into my online course. It's called the Cash PT Blueprint, which is designed to help you launch and grow your practice, get you to 5K a month, or make your first 10K in your business. We've put thousands of people through the Cash PT Blueprint and built how many dozens of 6-figure cash practices through Cash PT Blueprint. But then for the people that want to don't want to just build a job, they want to have a clinic or a business that helps even more people. They want to go on vacation without taking a pay cut. They want to be able to climb Denali. They want to go and do go on maternity leave without closing down their clinic. They want to open multiple locations. I have a coaching program, and it's called the Platinum Mastermind. It's for people that generate at least 5K per month in their business and want to get to 20K by themselves, want to get to 40K a month, want to get to 20K, hire someone else and grow it to 40K, even 60 to like 100K a month, multiple locations. Okay, it's Platinum Mastermind. And that's one of my value ladders and ascension ladders. Okay, so when I look at tracking people, so with the 2 Comma Club Award, it was like, okay, who came in through this Cash PT checklist? I've got like 20,000 leads on my email list of those people that went to the webinars and got into the course plus the Platinum Mastermind over the last 3 years. That one funnel generated $1 million, and that's how we won, and that's how I got an award for the 2 Comma Club, this thing, right? Okay, those aren't my only products, and those aren't the only problems I solve for people. But I can tell you, in looking at this and going back and looking at people and what their actions were, some people did this, some people did this, Some people went straight here and some people went straight there. Very few people went here to here to here to here. And I know that because I've analyzed my leads. And I know people don't always follow the logical progression, but what you want to have is you want to have a logical progression for your business. Whether it's a lead magnet and a webinar, and then an online course and a mastermind, or let's say you're running a clinic and you've got your lead magnet, which is for us is our back pain ebook. I've got 2,300 people who've downloaded that, who are active on my email list. I just looked at this yesterday. I got 2,300. I did a instead of a workshop, I did a webinar last week that brought in $8,000 to our clinic. And then we've got our patients and our wellness warriors. So our patients come in for a plan of care equal to about $2,000, and our wellness warriors is let's see, what is that per? It's about $3,000 for the year. So they pay monthly. So I've got this value ladder, and I've been doing this longer. And this is the next application I do for another 2 Comma Club award, if I want one, is going through this back pain ebook. But I can tell you, I know for certain that some people come here and they never become a patient. Some people come to like our workshops or webinars, whether we do it at another business gym or I do it on Webinar Jam. People come in and they never become patients. People just call us straight up and become a patient. But these people, you have to be a patient to get to there. I don't have that program, but if we have like massage therapy or some kind of like strength and conditioning, that could be this program, and people come directly into that program, which is slightly different than the way we established our Wellness Warrior program. If you have a value ladder, now I know I have options for everybody, because you always have to have a what's next. When you have a what's next, you can really grow your business. Okay, so what's next is, what does that person need and what do they want? They want it from you. So our people have been telling us right now, especially with COVID, what they want is they want more private like yoga and personal training. And that's something that we're exploring right now, adding to our business and in part of the hiring process, because people have been asking for it. It may or may not be something we end up doing, but we'll see. With massage therapy, it's been really hard because my wife and I don't want to do massage therapy anymore, and hiring someone, we lost someone during the pandemic because we couldn't put someone in a small closed room for an hour, and hiring some new massage therapist since we've opened back up has proven to be very difficult because there's less massage therapists out there who meet the standards that we have and who want to work for someone else. It's just been really difficult right now. A lot of massage therapists left their industry to go do something else. So when you have multiple offers and multiple what's next, that's how you're going to build a 7-figure funnel. But the real key to building out a 7-figure funnel, the real key to freedom and success, is you need to do great at marketing. Okay, so a lot of things what I showed you was just all about marketing, but you have to really have your sales down. You got to know how to sell, and selling isn't dirty. And you have to be able to build systems for scale. So if you want more time, income, and impact, and you got your freedom here, you need to do marketing, systems, and sales. And systems are people, software, including email, and SOPs, standard operating procedures. Marketing are webinars, workshops. We need a lead magnet, and we need our social media. And sales, we have to be able to make a strong call to action, get them into our offer. We have to pitch it. We have to be good at pitching, and we have to get them into a PIF, POC. I hope you're seeing that or hearing it. I'd love to know you got your sales down pat, and that's when it's going to give you more time, income, and impact in the world. Right now, like if you're watching this wherever you are and there's a comment box, love to know, like, comment below, like, what's been most helpful about this, or what's one thing you know you already need to do. If you're listening on iTunes, maybe take a screenshot right now, pause this, take a screenshot and share an Instagram story with your big takeaway and tag me at Aaron LeBauer and let me know. Because I can tell you this, most people get into this. Most people who come in and come to work with me are just trying to get out of a shitty job, like where they couldn't see patients for as long as they wanted, where they were being undervalued by their employer or boss, where they weren't being paid what they were worth, where they were burning out because they weren't making enough to pay down their loans. They're stressed and they can't take the vacation that they want, and they can't really help people in a meaningful way. Maybe you could earn more in home health, but you're like, dude, my passion is for chi running or foot mechanics or squatting or CrossFit or kettlebells. Like, I can't do that working for PT Mill, right? I can't do that working for the PT Mill for these, what are these, like, massive PT clinics where I'm seeing 4 people an hour. I just can't do that. So I'm just going to run away from a shitty job and build a business, build a job for myself, not building a business. Okay, now that's great. And I don't know about your specific situation. I don't know anything about your specific situation, but I know that I did that for myself. I was like, I'm avoiding a shitty job opportunity. I'm going to build my own job. And we both know that it's not sustainable to work in a profession that's burning us out. We both know it's not sustainable to work for a boss that's always micromanaging and breathing down your shoulder. And I know that it's not enough just to build your own job, because what you really want is to help more people. What you really want is to make a massive impact. Okay, so how do we do that? Number 1, we have to know what we want. Number 2, we have to take action on it. Number 3, we got to be part of this bigger conversation. How do we be part of the bigger conversation? We have to insert ourselves as physical therapists into the conversation. Okay, so many of you are doing that great on Instagram and social media. Okay, maybe you've got 10,000 followers or 2,000 followers or 200,000 followers, or some of you have close to 1 million. But are those people on your email list? Are they buying things from you that you know are going to solve their problem and help them avoid surgery and MRIs? Are you leveraging that to get on NPR to talk about the opioid crisis, or on the news? Are you writing articles in major publications? Or are we just looking at how many followers I have? Because I can tell you this, followers are not dollars and followers are not impact. Okay, if you want to make a massive impact, we have to help people in a meaningful way, and it's your ethical obligation to learn how to sell physical therapy. And how you sell physical therapy isn't by selling physical therapy, it's by understanding who your perfect client is and what they think they need. Because PT school taught you how to, give them what they need, but we need to understand what they want, what they think they need, what their needs, wants, and desires are. And when we understand that, then I can get you into a product or program that I know solves your problem. And because I'm speaking directly to your needs, wants, and desires, you're like, he understands me. He knows exactly where I'm coming from. Is that making sense? So let's say, for example, one of our Platinum Mastermind members, Ben Baggy, so shout out to Ben. Ben's a rock star. He did 6 figures in his first year at a PT school in a cash practice. And he wanted to travel and go see California. He's from Iowa. And he landed there and he had a job. I think he got a travel job, and he started like a side hustle. And that side hustle quickly turned into a 6-figure business, helping mostly people in CrossFit. And he started working in our mastermind. He was making $22,000 a month. 1 year, a little over 1 year out of school, when everyone said you shouldn't do it, you have to have 5 years of experience. And we quickly took him to $35K a month. 8 months later, after the pandemic started, he was doing $65K. When the pandemic hit, he was willing and able to pivot so quickly. We were able to brainstorm ideas where he didn't actually lose money or fire employees when they had to shut down. They were able to pivot to seeing patients. They were in a gym, which gave them all the space. The gym was closed down, so they had the whole space in the gym. They pivoted their ads and their position from CrossFitters to people running with knee pain. Launched some Facebook ads. And then by the end of the year, he was down in San Diego hanging out because he had always wanted to go there, but the pandemic started keeping him from going there. So we got his business running on its own with 3 amazing PTs. Went down to San Diego, got another PT, started a second location. Just let's see what happens if we do a similar thing down here. But his big goal was to go back to Iowa. And Ben is now back in Iowa. He's doing over 7 figures. He's crushing it. And what did he do? He spoke directly to the people he knew he wanted to help. He spoke to their problems. He leveraged his systems, his follow-up, his phone calls, because he had a product that worked. He was able to run Facebook ads that were profitable and get the right people in the door. He was able to systemize it and replicate his system multiple times because he had his marketing on point, his sales on point, and his systems. And I'm sure if we talk to Ben, we get him on the podcast again, those things that like were hard to figure out or didn't work, or right now he's still trying to improve on. But the guy has a vision. He knew what he wanted. He wanted to move back to Iowa to start a business there and start a family, but he didn't want to give up a 6-figure business because he didn't just build a job for himself. He was out there to help people. And he's got a value ladder. He's got his free books, his workshops, his patients, right? His next level programs where they were programming for people. He's got that. So shout out to Ben. But he's not the only one. But if you're sitting here struggling going, how do I do all this? I can tell you, there's one easy way to start. Start by figuring out what it is that you really want for yourself. And then once you know what you want for yourself, go find the person who's doing what you want to do and who's willing to share what they're doing with you. Okay? Because there's a lot in here. I can't spend a whole podcast going through all the details of everything you need. What I can say is that you need to find someone who's done it before. Find a mentor and a coach and a group of people who can support you. And when you do that, these pieces start falling into place. But you will only grow your business as fast as you're willing to take action and implement. Remember, 80% is good enough. In business, 80% is what you need. Perfection is going to kill your business. So do not wait for the time to be right. There's never a right time to invest tens of thousands of dollars into your business. You're never going to feel like it's the right time. But what I can tell you is that successful people invest in their businesses. Successful people invest in their businesses even when they don't have the money. They find a way to invest in themselves to grow. And those are successful people just like you. So once you start believing and acting and knowing that you will be successful no matter what, because you're unwilling to stop and you're unwilling to quit and you're unwilling to give up until you get what you want despite what everyone else says, then you're going to be able to do it too. Now, if you're listening and you found anything about this helpful and you'd like me to help you, teach you the strategies, the specific examples, and give you all the resources and connect you with some amazing people who are doing it, and you have a big vision for your business, for your community, whether it's a clinic online, a clinic in person, an online business, doing webinars, helping people, I'd love to help you. And you might be a great fit for a Platinum Mastermind. So if it sounds like any of this stuff resonates with you and you'd like the fast track, all you got to do, just send me a message, whether over on Instagram at Aaron LeBauer, and just send me a message that says all in. And we'll get back to you with some details about the program and really how we can get on a free breakthrough strategy call like no obligation call to make sure we're a good fit. And on that call, what you'll get is you'll get clarity on your vision, on where you want to go, on the things that are keeping you from getting there on your own. And you'll get access to the strategy and game plan to help you be successful. And if we feel like you're a good fit and you qualify for our program, we'll make an invitation to you to join us at our next event. And if we don't feel like we're a good fit, we'll point you into the direction of someone else or some other program that we have that'll help you get there. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to write down or open up another app while you're listening. Open up a notes app. Write down your 3 big takeaways from this podcast. Okay? And I'll give you a moment to do that. I'm not going to play any music because I don't know how that goes on iTunes if it's copyright, but I'm going to give you a moment. Write down your 3 big takeaways, or pause this. Write down your 3 big takeaways. And then I want you to write down your next 3 action steps. The 3 things you know you can do that you can get done. There's one thing that you can get done in the next 20 minutes. The second thing is the thing you can get done in about an hour. And the third thing will be the thing that's going to take you about a week to 4 weeks to complete. Write down those 3 things and go take action and execute. And we'll see you on the next show. Thank you very much.